This segment sponsored by Kevin McIntyre, a licensed insurance agent with Health Markets Insurance Agency. Welcome back to our Medicare series, where each week we'll provide you with important information about Medicare. And you can actually submit your questions at the email listed below, and they will go to Kevin McIntyre, who is a licensed insurance agent at Health Markets Insurance Agency. Hello, Kevin.
Hello, Jessica.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yes, and we're outside on this beautiful patio at your business.
Beautiful day today.
Beautiful day and ambiance to discuss this important information.
Yeah.
And so last week we teased about it. Today we're going to talk about the actual enrollment period.
Yes.
So can you expound upon Medicare enrollment periods?
Absolutely. I'd love to. It's a really important topic. People need to know when they're eligible to enroll. And there are two main enrollment periods that people need to know about. First are the annual enrollment periods, so the ones that come around every year, and then initial enrollment periods, which only happen one time. So the first time somebody is eligible for Medicare, it's called their initial enrollment period, or IEP, and they're eligible to enroll into Medicare. That window is 3 months prior to the month they turn 65. It includes the month they turn 65, and then 3 months after the month they turn 65. So altogether, it's a 7-month initial enrollment period window where somebody can enroll in Medicare. Now, keep in mind that if you are already receiving Social Security benefits when you turn 65, you will automatically be enrolled into Medicare Parts A and B. You don't have to do anything. You will receive your card in the mail.
Okay.
If you're not taking Social Security benefits at that time, you will need to manually enroll. And you can do that either through the Social Security's website, or you can visit a local branch or call Social Security to get that done.
Okay.
Now, in reference to when benefits begin, with Medicare, benefits always begin on the first of the month. So one of the questions I get is, do my benefits start on the day I turn 65, or when do they start? Well, for example, let's say your birthday was November 20th, okay? Your Medicare benefits would actually begin on the first day of the month you turn 65. So your benefits would begin November 1st. The only exception to that rule is if your birthday actually falls on the first day of the month. So if your birthday is on November 1st, they actually give you the whole month prior.
Oh.
And so your benefits would begin on October 1st. So again, the benefits begin usually on the first day of the month you turn 65, unless your birthday is on the 1st, then you get the month previous to that. And again, as we talked about last week, if you have a special enrollment period due to loss of group coverage, your benefits will also begin on the first of the month. So it's really important to make sure that your group benefits line up with the start of Medicare so that you don't have any coverage gaps.
Okay. So Kevin, last week we talked about penalties.
Yeah.
And so is this where potential penalties come in play if someone misses that initial enrollment period?
Yes, so there's the potential of those two penalties that we talked about, right? So if somebody misses their initial enrollment period and they don't have creditable coverage, they could incur that 10% per year Part B penalty. Okay. Now, if somebody is not enrolled in Part B and they miss that initial enrollment period for that, there is something called a general enrollment period for Part B. That runs January through March every year, and somebody can enroll into Part B during that time. And then what that does is that stops those penalties and enrolls them into Part B. So if they don't have it, the general enrollment period is when they can hop on. And then similarly, if somebody doesn't have creditable drug coverage, again, the Part D penalty of 1% per month could also come into play. So again, really important to know your enrollment periods.
Yeah, absolutely. So earlier you talked about annual enrollment periods. Can you explain what those are?
Yes, so there are a couple of annual enrollment periods. The most recognizable one is aptly named the annual enrollment period, and this is a time when anybody that's enrolled in Medicare can evaluate their plan and see if they want to stay on that plan or change to a different plan for the next year. The annual enrollment period runs October 15th through December 7th each year, and things can get pretty hectic with TV commercials and emails and mailings. So it's really important for all Medicare beneficiaries to evaluate the plan they have and see if they want to stay on that plan for the next year. There's a lesser known annual enrollment period called the Medicare Advantage open enrollment period. And this allows anybody who's currently on a Medicare Advantage plan specifically to make a one-time change if they want to a different Medicare Advantage plan, or they can also use that enrollment period to go back to original Medicare and a prescription drug plan. So lots to think about.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Kevin, that was really great information. I mean, I'm really starting to see why it's so important to have someone knowledgeable like yourself breaking down these topics, and making it very clear and keeping us straight on what Medicare is. So what can we look forward to in the upcoming segments?
Next week, I think we'll talk about the different types of plan options. So things like Medicare Advantage, prescription drug plans, Medigap plans, things like that. And also, as a reminder, if anybody that's watching does have a specific question they'd like to ask me, they're free to email me at the address on the screen. I will get back to them personally, but also may answer their question on one of our upcoming episodes here.
They may get selected.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you again, Kevin.
You're welcome.
And if you would like more information about Health Markets Insurance Agency, we'll have their website listed below and Kevin's email address listed below, and I'll see you after the break. This segment sponsored by Kevin McIntyre, a licensed insurance agent with Health Markets Insurance Agency.